Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Jim the Fuzzy, and welcome back to Stellaris, where we are currently, trying to deal with this intergalactic invasion force that seems to have taken over quite a bit of space. We have some sensor agreements with various groups around, but those are not seeming to help us that much. For example, we don't know enough about what's here, and half the information we have might be out of date. I mean, do we really know what's going on over here? Do they only have this one system? No, probably not. So what are we going to do about it? Well, we did deploy a fleet to start trying to deal some damage, and it got hurt. The logical next conclusion is to give it more ships so it can hurt back. They did do a number before we had to pull it out of the fight. So what are they bringing over? Tachyon lance, lasers, and torpedoes. Got it. Nice little cruiser you've got there. Looks alright, I suppose. Warp drive, though. If they start a fight, maybe we can join in? I don't know. This is... what? Lots of lasers and a particle lance. More of the same. Cruiser, these guys don't have tachyon lances. Let's see, what's their... Nope, they ran away. And do we want to bring back this fleet, which is still recovering? Well, those hull points are coming back pretty quickly. I don't know if that's because we have so many... I don't know if that's because the nanobot clouds stack or something. That'd be nice to know. And we still have a few that are pretty badly beat up, don't get me wrong. But it is nice to know that they're healing up. That's good.
Debris analyzed.
What did we get? 10% Scourge missiles, 10% swarm spawning pods, 10% neutronium materials, and 15 and 5 points of research. Awesome. All goes well.
Research complete.
Proclamation broadcast, what does that do? Longer edict duration, right. Let's see here. Scourge missiles. Only large. And let's see, by analyzing the biological weaponry employed by the swarm, we can create self-propelled projectile weapons spreading the very same horrific destruction. What do those do? Though seem kind of expensive. The swarm spawning pods, collecting specimens from defeated Praetorian enables us to clone and genetically program a war brood of our own. And that gives us strike craft, which seem like they're better bombers. If my math is... my memory is accurate. Let's just go with our cruisers, which... Yeah, they are against anything with armor, and that kind of explains why they're so powerful, because of that 66% armor penetration. Alright, fine. I'll build the clone vat. I'll build this genetic research. If they'll shut up about it. Maybe it will give us something new about DNA, give us the ability to, I don't know, unlock more research. Now shut up about it, guys. I don't want to be filling up our planets with clones. And on the other hand, these guys are healing up pretty quickly. They're in the middle of nowhere. And yeah, one of our flak artillery is healing up. 99.4%. Wow. That's not bad. It means that the fleet's pretty much in good shape. You go away. Now what this tells me is that they're still... I'm recovering faster than they are. That is really good to know, even with my emergency FTL. I'm healing up faster than they are. Which is, you know, more on the neutronium materials and... Alright, that science ship is not doing anything right now. I think I want to get to the edge of the system. Where can FTL jump immediately, if need be? Now, let's find out what happens. Are they running away? Maybe. I'm curious. It's possible, certainly. So let's hit the spaceport of theirs and see what they do. Yeah, they're running. I hurt them too bad for them not to run. But they do have a construction ship coming in. The Abadian Shard. Just declared war on the Kelexan Imperium. Well, I suspect these guys aren't going to be around much longer, just as a quick thought. Maybe they will. Some of them just came in out of warp.
Hostile fleet engaged.
And here comes the battle. All these strike craft getting launched.
Research complete.
Crystal Forge plating is done. And neutronium armor, there it is. Well, that is quite a bit of armor. I will say that much. It looks like everything else is... well... pre-researched, maybe? I don't know. Is this the group I pounded? No, that's not. They have too many small things sitting around. They might be looking to compound me, but...
Situation log updated.
I don't know about that yet. Let's see here. Can I have you come research that safely? I doubt it. I don't think I have the firepower to scare off anything yet.
Hostile fleet engaged.
Yeah. You get back here, get over there. This fleet, how many ships are in it? Full complement, so I am not gonna want... Well, I could definitely take it on if I felt like it.
Situation log updated.
But do I feel like it? That's a good question. Do I feel like losing more ships for what is essentially no strategic advantage? I know that Surface is building up a lot more ships for me, but they're not here right now. And that's definitely a question that I have to consider. Yeah, here's 3 more. I could bring them over. But I don't have them now. So, what do we do? I could hit them. I could probably hit them pretty hard. I could also bring in reinforcements. You know what? Let's find out what happens if I try hitting them. I think I'm gonna slow down time. Alright, they're bringing something in. And that looks like it might be some of the fleet I just attacked. I don't know. Either way, engaging these guys probably isn't the greatest idea for me. But I could do it and emergency FTL the moment things start looking bad. That's just a whole bunch of corvettes that really aren't going to do anything at all.
Hostile fleet engaged.
Alright. How long until the emergency FTL is ready? A while. Although my ships really are pounding them hard. Yeah, they've got lots of armor, but those lances just ignore most of it. Wow.
Hostile fleet engaged.
And here's another one. Yeah. Here's the one that ran from us earlier. Well. We got our strike craft going in to fight them. They have... that looks like strike craft coming out at us. Yep, that's what those are. Pretty certain now. Ooh. That looks kinda nasty. These guys, I don't know how many ships they've lost by now, but they're losing them. Not overly concerned about the cruisers or... I wish there was a good way to just see your overall, you know, the same stats you got about your fleet at the start. I'll explain what I mean in as soon as I run from this. Is that a missile? That looks like a missile or some other projectile. And yeah, they're taking a pounding here. These guys, what are you doing? They're definitely engaged with us. All my shields are still up, and that's definitely a good thing, but you... Yeah, I think it's time to run. You don't have any shields left, I guess. Okay. How many ships are you down? I don't know how many ships they're down. They have taken a whole lot of damage, though. Ouch. And yeah, they've taken over 40,000 points of damage, and it's gonna take them a while to recover from that. How long, I don't know. There's another one gone. So their big ships, their little guys are dying, which means the next time we engage, I'm gonna get a lot more shots on their big ships. And that's, I think, reason enough for me to run right now. I think that thing just died. And a lot of these are in bad shape, but still. I'm kind of worried about my ships. It's 5k. That thing is hurt. One of their carriers. And thing's also hurt. That thing isn't, but it's still pretty nasty. Another few of their other big ones. But their carriers are badly damaged. Looks like my strike craft have been ravaging their carriers, while the lances have been dealing with the little guys. But no, now they're in effective weapon range. Both of them are. I think it's time to run away.
Situation log updated.
There we go. That was powerful. What were these guys at, like 70k? And did I lose any ships whatsoever? No, I lost 0 ships. And those guys lost 13k worth of ships, which was most of their little guys. Again, I would rather their little guys have not been the only things that died, but for choice, I don't mind them being the ones dead. That just means that I'll get a better round next time. Now I want to run deep into the system where my long-range cannons can ravage them before they get close enough to do anything. Although I'm wondering if I should let... Whoa, that guy's in bad shape. One destroyer almost dead. Whole lot of other ones in kind of bad shape. I kind of like the idea of these guys sticking around. There we go. Let's have the fleet go like that and call it a day. Oh, did he level up in that? Yes, she did. We have an even better admiral now. Our trade treaty with the Allied Covenant Stars is timed out. Okay, offer trade deal. How about mutual research agreement? What do we get? They get 47, we get not nearly as much. We get 30. So they're getting a lot more than we are. But they're also longtime friends, so let's go for it. Speed things up a little while... Okay, fair deals are good. And you can go away. Yeah, we are full on energy credits, but that's not going to do anything. I'm definitely not getting into Brocken anytime soon. Jeez. This is the fleet we ravaged. Look how small that thing is compared to how big it was earlier. And even this one. 11 ships, 9 warriors. We're shredding their screening forces and running away. Which is a good strategy when you're trying to conserve your fleet. You can charge it, you can do a whole lot of damage to them. And if they can't replace your screening forces, faster than you can hit them, then you're going to eventually take them out. They're going to run out of screening forces and you'll be able to rip apart their main fleet. And I think we might be able to do that in this area. I think there's a good chance of that anyway. Alright. Problem is, this guy is so badly hurt, and I don't want to give him enough time to recover. Erg. And I know 23, it's the 11th, let's roll ahead to the 20th. There we go. So he's essentially repairing at 2 points a day. He's down 300, that's going to take 6 months for him to repair back to full. Meanwhile, this guy is going to be... Yeah, I'm not waiting 6 months for another swing at these guys. There is no way that I'm going to let them wait that long. These guys are full health and they've got a small screening force, but it's not going to mean much. And I'm pretty sure that regen still works in combat, so we'll see what happens. And yeah, they've rebuilt their spaceport, it seems. I guess I'm gonna have to drop troops and take that planet away from them.
Research complete.
Whoa, they just showed up with a force. You know what? You run away to right here. No, how far can you run? You know what? Run away to right there. And you're battling small force. I doubt you're gonna get anything done. How about you halt? We see who comes over to say hi. That looks like it's gonna be these guys, which is interesting. Unless they're planning to pin me down while these guys can jump into the midst. Also, we finished our cloning research. Does that... gene seed... Clone commandos. These vet-grown killers are expensive to produce, but the extreme conditioning and training they're subjected to turn them into very capable warriors. They're more independent-minded than normal clones, and some models have been known to develop eccentric quirks. Our Gene Warrior Army. Genetically enhanced super soldiers. Recruits are typically chosen from the elite of the conventional military forces. These then undergo extensive gene therapy and are made larger, stronger, and faster than their former peers. Okay, this is the sort of thing I was wondering if it would give us. Nucleotide purification techniques allow for the isolation or refinement of particularly desirable genetic traits. Yeah, that's good. Or we can form Federation, but no, we're getting Gene Warriors.
Research complete.
And hyper shields are done. What do we have? Do you want dark matter reactors? Do you want colony development speed? Do you want lasers? I kinda want the dark matter reactors. Mostly because I'm curious to see if we have any dark matter. You never know, we might. And now, as we watch this nice big 57K fleet start getting closer... Well... Yeah, let's see what we can do. Got a few minutes before we have to end the episode. We should be able to at least start a fight. A halt here.
Hostile fleet engaged.
Yep, there we go. Let's see, that queen is taking damage. Oh wow, they are just melting, aren't they? Once they ran out of a screening force, they were...
Hostile fleet engaged.
And then the other one comes in from behind. Exactly like I figured. You're ready to run. Because there's no way we can handle a full-on... There's no way we can take both of these at once. This one has far too many screening ships for us to deal with. But this one's already taken a brutal blow. Knocked out one of their big ones. Alright.
Research complete.
And it looks like everybody wants to fire at this stuff. I don't blame them. Crystal infused plating is done. Synthetic personality matrix. Do we want to allow androids into our leadership? Maybe. You know what? Sure. It's purple, I don't see any better options. Well, I see other options that might be useful, but... I know it's probably a bad idea to stick this out. But for the moment, it feels like we're doing enough damage to justify it. And we haven't taken any damage. And I don't know how many swarmlings this fleet has, but it's going to be a lot less very soon. We didn't catch them at optimal range where we could cut down enough before they closed. But we're still devastating their ranks, and yeah, it's about time to run. Over here, how much damage have they taken? Not enough. We're trapped. But even though we're trapped and outnumbered, you just see them purging the numbers. Get out of here.
Situation log updated.
How many ships did you... One Tachyon Lance Destroyer lost. That's what I was worried about. And when I get to the middle of the system and turn around... And hopefully you'll be back up to full strength before too long. Ooh, I took a pounding. As to why I'm so slowly building up the reinforcements, it's because I want to take advantage of this Lethuric gas refinery. Those shields are really coming in handy, and that bonus 20% is definitely doing a lot for us. Although we're not losing many of our flak, so I want to add 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more Tachyon Lance Destroyers to the list. Yeah. And yeah, these guys, they finish in what? A couple of weeks? $100 each. The Sinistar Party declared war on the Kinjodan Commonwealth. We shall see which empire is stronger, yes we shall. But not right now. Not today. There's the Kinjodan Commonwealth. The Sinistar Polity, I don't know. Anyway, who comes out stronger we'll have to wait for the next episode. I have been Jimbo the Fuzzy. Thank you very much for watching.